Hey guys, so this title is a little bit clickbaity because it's not actually something that I've done recently, but I have done it, so it's not entirely clickbait. I didn't have the audience that I have now when I released all 4 of my past CDs. So I wanted to come on here and make you guys aware, if you don't know already, that I actually have music that I have recorded, which I have available online, but I also sell in CDs. And I thought I would just go over the 4 CDs that I've released while I make up some new covers albums. We'll get into why I'm doing that in a little bit. To begin with though, in 2011 I released this EP, 4 tracks on it, all original music, and because I started busking in 2010, I was really pushed by the audience to have a CD. They were always asking, do you have any CDs that that I can buy? And I didn't have anything, so the following year I brought this one out. So that was my 2011 4-track EP originals. Then came time that I started to do covers albums. I wasn't very original with the name. I went with covers album, and I did 8 tracks on here. The artwork on the front of this case was an artwork someone drew while I was busking, and they left it in my case, and I tracked her down and got her permission to use her artwork in my CD. And so I went ahead and did some work on it in Photoshop to bring it to this colorful image, because it was just a sketch. And that was my 2012 8-track covers album called Covers Album. So then we got to 2014 when I decided I would release another covers album, but this time, instead of recording with someone else, I would do the recording at home myself. Because winter time I don't go busking as much, I decided to call it the winter sessions because I had recorded them all in winter time. So this one had another 8 tracks. So that was 2014 8-track covers album called The Winter Sessions. And then finally, my latest release is Moments, and this is by far the one that I am most proud of. I recorded the majority of the music and everything in my house, once again like the winter sessions. The musicians that I had come in to work on it with me, they came into my house and we recorded them. And then I sent those recordings, once I had edited them all together how I liked them, to my producer Darren Mullen, who then put them all together and made them the tracks that they are, with the drums and everything. So he then went ahead and mixed them, and then they were mastered over in America, and then they came back to me and I sent them off and got them manufactured. This one has 12 tracks on it that not only have piano and vocals, but also guitar, bass guitar, violin, and drums. So they're fully produced songs. And actually, speaking of, this did have guitars, bass guitars, and drums on it. This CD is actually covered with lyrics from all the different songs, lines that mean a lot and that really make up all the experiences that I had and wrote about. So they were all handpicked by me, and then I arranged them on this CD. I figured it was just a little thing, you know, if someone wanted to go through and read them. Otherwise, it's just a nice white and blue pattern. And you still have my name and the title on the disc there. So these are my 4 CDs. They are all available online. I will have the links in the description down below. Now, so when I made all of these, the minimum I could get manufactured was 500 each time. So I made 2 runs of this one, and I've completely sold through them, so that one is a success. Then I made 1 lot of these, and I decided to be a bit cheap, try and save some money, and I bought all these boxes of empty CD cases and decided that when I got my manufacturer to manufacture these, that they wouldn't put them all together for me. And so I got all the discs and all the booklets and all the back inserts, and I get to put them together myself. The thing that I'm thinking about, right, is I organized all my CDs in my garage the other day to get them from down the side so I could walk in and out a lot more easily, get my gear into the car, be able to open the doors more and everything. So I moved them to my big old storage unit at the back, and they still take up more than a full shelf because there are 13 boxes, and that's a lot of CDs to be storing. And the thing that I'm finding now is, with the way the world is changing, less people are buying CDs. And I really don't want to end up stuck with all these CDs. So I'm starting to think about a price drop. As I said, like, this one has completely sold out now. So they're gone, but I still have 250 of Covers album, which was 2012, 6 years ago when it was released. I'm not sure exactly what the count is on this, but it's probably somewhere between 300 and 400 that I have of these, which is crazy. But you got to imagine, this is the first one I released. Of course I'm going to have sold more of these because this was the only CD I had available. When I released this one, I then had 2 CDs people could choose from. And then when I released this one, there were 3. So, you know, it sort of scales it down every time because I still had the previous ones to sell. So I'm not even sure how many I have of these. It's probably around the same as the winter sessions, because I did do a huge album launch and lots of promotion behind this one. Just unfortunately I didn't have like a huge audience that knew of me at this point, but it was good for the time, so, you know. Originally I sold these for 10. Then when these 8-track Covers albums came out that were just piano and vocals, I put $10 on each of these as well, so it was $10 per CD. And then when I released this one 2 years ago, because this one's 12 tracks and they're fully produced, not just piano and vocals, I asked for 15. Extremely happy with how it turned out. You can just tell it's done right. So it's worth that money, but as I said, people aren't buying CDs as much anymore. So now I almost feel like just giving this one away for free. It's 6 years old and I have 250 left. That could clear my garage of 2.5 boxes of these. In the same breath, like, and this one has made back the money I spent on it, which the more recent 2 haven't. No way. But this one has. So if I was to just give them away at this point, I would have made a profit on this CD in itself. But as I said, the 2 newer CDs, they haven't made a profit for me. I'm a very big loss, especially with this one. As I said, fully produced, got a great producer, and I put the money into it. This is, I think it was over 10 grand for this one. It was crazy. And this one, it wasn't super expensive, but I just haven't sold enough of them. So if I was selling this one for maybe $5 now, then any of the money that I get from all of the 250 that are left could go towards the losses I'm making on the other 2, which makes me think I probably shouldn't just give them away for free, and that $5 is a reasonable price for a CD and there's nothing wrong with it. So I don't know. But if I am thinking about reducing all my CDs so I can sell them, I would drop this one to 5 and this one to 10. And that's just the way things are going, whether I see how this one goes at $5 for a while, and then maybe 6 to 12 months time, I just start giving them away for free. I don't think that would be such a bad idea. But before I can sell them for $5 or give them away, I need to make them up because I've run out of the ones I've already made up. So now I get to do the process where I put them together. Just learn from my mistakes. If you can get them put together, just do it. Don't save like a couple of $100 because you are going to waste so much time putting them together. You could have made back that money busking. It's like, ugh, it's horrible. So I'm gonna start putting them together, but I wanna tell you about something that I've been thinking about doing. And no, it's not recording another CD. So my music is online, right? And on a website called CD Baby, I have all these tracks on here. And because I've gathered like a reasonable sized YouTube audience now compared to where I was when I released it. And if you're watching this video and you've got to this point, you've hung in with me, I really appreciate how much you watch my videos. And I'd love to give you one of the tracks off of this album for free. So I'm going to, on my CD Baby website, I'm going to reduce the cost of one of these tracks, I haven't decided which one yet, to $0.00. So you can go on there and download that one for free and have a taste of my music, my original music, the best quality that I have. Also on top of that, I would like to reduce the price down for the entire CD so that you can download it in full if you would like. So for a short time only, I'm going to put it at 50% of its usual price. So it's usually been up for $15. I will be putting it at $7.50 for the entire album of 12 original tracks. So if you'd like to purchase that, that would be wonderful. It'd help to make back some of the money that I put into this album. But if you just want to go on and get the free track, that is fine as well. I just want my music heard, and I would really like to share it with my regular YouTube viewers and anyone else that has happened upon this video. You know, go on there. I will be putting it up for $7.50 for a limited time, and then I'm going to put it back to $10 from then on. All of these are actually on iTunes, but they set their own prices, so I can't adjust them at all. I haven't checked recently what the prices are on iTunes for each of these, but I'll quickly put that up here once I've checked it, and hopefully you can jump on over and get some enjoyment from my music. I'll just show you how I do one of these. I have to fold the edges of these. Honestly, you just pay the money. And then we have it like that, it's folded, it sits in, and I put the tray back in, click it in place, and then there you go, you've got one made up. And then cut into this pack. So we grab a disc, pop that down and try and get it nice and even. There we go, close it, and that's one. Now, I'm going to do this another 99 times, or until I'm just so sick of it. Thanks for joining me for this video. Sorry if it was a bit rambly. I'm not exactly sure whether I said all that I set out to say, but yes. CDs, I made them, I did that. I hope to be able to record some new music at some stage, but unfortunately I'd want to get to the quality of Moments again. and that costs so much money, and money is something that I am short on. So until I'm in a better place financially, I can't really consider undertaking another project like that. But one day, I definitely have written a bunch more songs since I released Moments, and so they're ready to go. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you with another video again soon.